finest biscuit factory. Biscuits shaped like cars, rainbow biscuits, bubblegum biscuits, fire biscuits, biscuits that had snow on top of them, biscuits that tasted of the sea, but they were mysterious biscuits. Nobody knew exactly where in Merthyr the biscuit factory was, but the workers were the happiest in the world. They even had long breaks. Local people looked for that factory. Tourists looked for it. They came looking from all over the world. They found signs that said, "Biscuit factory this way." Other signs that said, "Biscuit factory that way." Then another sign that said, "It's behind you." But they followed those signs for miles and there was no biscuit factory. Some found their way into a maze, and when they got in the middle, there was a packet of Merthyr's finest biscuits on a tree stump and a note that said, "Well done, you nearly found us, but we just moved." Everybody loved the Merthyr biscuit factory, even though nobody ever knew where it was. And then along came Mr. Bossy Boston. Mr. Bossy Boston was a very rich man and a very mean man. Some say he used to turn children into evil lightning biscuits. He made biscuits too in the US of A. Some say his hair was really ginger nuts that tasted like fish, but Mr. Boston wanted to be the biggest biscuit maker in the world. He bought up all the biscuit factories all over the world, and in his factory there were no breaks for the workers and they had to cry into the biscuit. It is a sad time for children and a sad time for grown-ups who like to dunk a Merthyr biscuit in a cup of tea. You could never dunk a Boston biscuit only into a tub of acid. Tourists stopped coming to Merthyr looking for the biscuit factory. The years passed. Mr. Boston got so rich that he now had 9 aeroplanes, 3 helicopters, a fleet of Ferraris, 42 houses, 3 hotels, and Mayfair and Park Lane. Then one day, a little Merthyr girl called Martha found her way into a maze. When she got to the middle, she put a note on a tree stump, and the note said this: "The world is so sad. Please make us some nice biscuits. Love, Martha." The very next day, there were new biscuits in every shop in the world, from mountain villages to city streets, and from seaside towns to forest farms, from Poland to Pontypool. And on the wrapper of those biscuits, it said, "Biscuits of Hope, all the way from Merthyr." People bought them, every single packet, and opened them up as quickly as they could. One sad mother opened a packet, and the first biscuit she pulled out had writing on it that said, "Cheer up, you're a great mum." A teacher opened a packet, and on the first biscuit it said, "Thanks for making us think." A bin man got one that said, "Of course you don't stink." A hairdresser got one that said, "Dye your hair pink." There were biscuits that had a balloon on them and a message saying, "Fly away." The biscuits that made you smile. Biscuits that took a while to eat. People swapped biscuits. People talked about the biscuits. Everybody loved them, except one man. Can you guess who? Even he couldn't resist and bought a packet, and he pulled one out that said, "Learn to share." And he did. He sold his houses, his Ferraris, his helicopters, and Mayfair and Park Lane, and he spent the rest of his life on a search for the Merthyr biscuit factory. He never found it, but people say little Martha did, and apparently she is the new owner.